NAAIA and Marsh McLennan just released the second version of we did a study in 2018, The Journey of African American Insurance Professionals, authored by Dr. Leroy Nunnery. And Dr. Nunnery came back and did a reassessment on, did people apply recommendations from the first study?
Mhm.
And then certainly following George Floyd's murder, right, we saw a number of organizations issue statements and make public plans. So did that also contribute to progress forward? So did a new assessment in 2022, released the study January 2023. And essentially what the study found is there's a lot more activity around diversity, equity, inclusion, right? Like there's a lot more movement. We're doing training around unconscious bias. We're standing up employee resource groups and business resource groups. We've launched mentoring programs inside of organizations. But all of those things, that movement has actually not meant forward progress, right? When we look at the number of people coming into the industry who are people of color, and as we look at promotion and growth opportunities for people of color, and as we look at compensation band for people of color, stuck at between 100 and 150, right?
Yeah.
And when we track what those equivalent roles are, these are generally non-manager positions, non-leadership positions inside of organizations, even if there's someone there who manages a team. And so what we know is it is the combination of having a strong manager, right? Like who is checking in with you on your progress, right? Helping you to develop and sharpen skills, identifying opportunities for you. It's having mentors in an organization. It's having sponsors in an organization. It's having access to coaching for the role that you're in now and for your next role, right? So access to executive coaching in particular. And it's also exposure from growth assignments, stretch assignments, right, inside of organizations. And one of the things the study found is that a significant number of people in the response to the new plans that have been announced in a refresh strategy have taken on growth and stretch assignments that are related to DE&I.
Okay.
And our organizations and our industry is not valuing those stretch assignments as people are being considered for promotion, right? So there's a whole question of, we say we're committed and we want to do this work. We enlist people of color inside of organizations to help lead this work, and then don't value the additional work that those folks are doing over and above their job, right? Keeping in mind, most ERG leaders are not paid. People are weighing in on the training or participating in training. They're not necessarily experts in adult learning theory or in learning and development, right? But sharing perspective to make sure training is culturally responsible and relevant, right? And as much as we've been talking about mentors for years, right? Like when we were doing the study and we asked people about their mentoring relationships, the number of people who responded not applicable because they don't have a mentor. So I was thinking going into the study that African Americans inside of organizations are over-mentored and under-sponsored, but it's actually under-mentored, under-sponsored, under-coached, right? And not seen for stretch assignments. So there's not necessarily a magic combination. Like we know all the things, but how do we value all the assignments that people of color are taking and applying transferable skills from leading an employee resource group or helping to weigh in on training and see that as strategic moves and advancement for the organization and get valued for that moves someone into a vice president or senior vice president role. I'm Omari Jahi Aarons, Executive Director and Chief Operating Officer of the National African American Insurance Association, and this is the future of insurance.